Hello, you lovely, lovely people. This topic or this piece of content is in relation to to a comment that I got, and a very valid comment as well. And what he'd done, this guy, we'd gone through my videos and seen the one where I bought the house when I first came here, and got involved with the wrong woman, and lost a lot of money basically through my own stupidity and stuff. And he said to me, if that had been him, he would have gone absolutely berserk. And why didn't I do more about it? Well, first of all, for you people who don't know what happened, I bought a house, blah, blah, blah. And the woman that I was with at the time said that, she was married, but she had been with the guy for a long time, because I didn't really know the Philippine laws as such at the time, where there was no divorce and that. Well, the guy was still around. He was still around, and he used to turn up sometimes, and they say it's the cousin, and that's who I thought it was, a cousin, because I was stupid, and it wasn't. It was her husband. So he was in on the dirty deed, And the guy said in a comment, he said, "How did you feel?" Well, I'll tell you how I felt. I felt an idiot. That's how I felt. Did I feel anger? I didn't really feel angry at the time. I didn't. I felt angry after the event. But my survival instincts were telling me, Stephen, don't even try and retaliate against it, because if you do, you're probably going to end up in jail. Because if these people can pull the wool over your eyes like they did me, they are capable of anything. And listen, the Philippine law, we all know that. It's there to protect the Filipinos. And a simple allegation can have got me in a lot of trouble. A simple allegation from this woman could have got me in trouble, even if it's not true. Now, survival instincts is a great thing. Your pride can be of a hindrance to you, because you think, I'm not going to let that go. My pride won't let that go. But if you did retaliate against that, I would probably be in prison, or I would have probably been in prison already and been deported out of the country, because probably of a false allegation that she was going to make up. And probably have had witnesses that were never there, But this is what they can do. So yes, I was angry after the event, but there is no amount of money, people, in the world would sacrifice my freedom. I wouldn't sacrifice my freedom for any amount of money. It doesn't matter how much it was. And it doesn't matter what age I would be. I mean, even if I was 20 or 30 years younger, I still wouldn't swap jail time over money. I simply wouldn't do it. Money can be earned again. Material things can be replaced. Your pride can build itself up again. It doesn't matter. Did I lose face? Probably. But again, I wasn't willing to push it any further than what I did. And I lost about 2.5 million pesos. And probably more than that if everything was totted up with the bikes and everything like that. But what I want to say to you people, okay, and I really mean this, and some people will try and push you. They will try and push you. They will try and make you lose your temper. And they will probably try and make you do something that you regret. It's never worth it. No matter how serious the problem is, whether it be an affair, whether it be, your partner's having an affair, it's not worth retaliating. If someone wants to hurt you that badly by doing them things, then it's just simpler, and an easy option is to walk away from it. You can cry in your milk afterwards, can't you? You know, you can think, ooh, I should have done this, I should have done that, but you didn't. And that's the good thing. It takes a better person to walk away from a confrontation, in my eyes, than to stand and confront something where it's possibly you're going to come off second best. You know, especially in a foreign country. In a foreign country here, you're not going to win. Probably not anyway. Probably not. So no matter what you're going through here or anywhere in a foreign country, even in your own country, if there's things that are really, really bothering you, walk away from it. Even if you've lost financial capital, look, just have a think. That one moment of madness, that one moment of you just lose your mind, can get you in a whole lot of trouble. And did you know here, I think I mentioned it in a previous video, if you shout at your Filipina, if you shout during an argument and raise your voice, they can actually make, they can go to the barangay and do a blotter, whatever they call it. I think it's a blotter or a blatter. I think it's a blotter. And then, you would have to go down to the barangay captain and explain yourself. It's actually an illegal thing to do. Now, I think they can shout at you and you can't do anything, even if you're a Filipino. A Filipino can shout at his Filipino wife. No amount of money would make me even consider getting myself in trouble where I'm going to do jail time and lose my freedom. And bearing in mind as well, if I was to have retaliated, against losing all that money in the house and tried to take something back, and they made an allegation against me and I was arrested, not only do I lose that, because I probably would have lost it, but I would lose my earning opportunity as well while I'm banged up abroad. So it's not worth it. Just simply walk away. And I know it happens to a lot of people here, some foreigners who have bought this and bought that and built things, and they've lost a lot. You've only got to look at some YouTube and what's his name, Rafi Tulfo and all that. Mind you, a lot of that is for entertainment purposes as well, I believe. But just think before you act. That's all I want to say, is just think before you act. Because like I said, there is no amount of money that is worth taking away your freedom. I've never been to prison in my life, and I don't intend to start now at this ripe old age. I just don't intend to start, no matter what. And like my friend who was, he was only my friend since I met him in the Philippines, but he spent 3 years in prison here on allegations of blah, 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 blah. And they couldn't get him on those allegations, but they got him on something else. And he spent 3 years wasted in prison, in a Philippine prison. And in the end, they deported him, and now he's back in the States, licking his wounds, really. And, I often talk to him, on Facebook Messenger, and he said, there's nothing on this earth worth spending that lost time in prison, because that's exactly what it is. He's lost time. And that was because of a Filipina, a disgruntled Filipino, as you very well know. And it's easy to disgruntle somebody. It's easy. Don't forget, and I will say this, because we're with Filipinas here, many of the other Filipinas could get a little bit jealous and make up an allegation. I'm not saying they would. It's never happened to me, touch wood these stairs. I hope it never did or does, but you got to think what can, okay? And, when it comes to your freedom, that's what, listen people, the slight thought of anything bad happening, get out of that situation, get out of that relationship, move on. As much as you might have invested into it, just move away from it. There are plenty of pebbles on the beach. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Yes, you might be hurt and your pride might be dented, but just move away. Go to a different barangay. Go to a different province. Get away from it. Go to a different country if you wanted to. Just don't dwell on things. There was a guy, 2 months ago. He stabbed his Filipino wife, like an American guy, I think 63 times. He's never coming out. He's never come out of prison, ever. And I think she was having an affair. That one moment of madness, that one moment of losing your temper. Now he's lost his freedom. He's come to the Philippines for, his twilight years. This has happened, and now look. So the answer to that question is, yes, I felt a little bit angry afterwards, but as I said, my survival instincts were very sharp and they cut in. Even before I knew how it worked in the Philippines, I just knew nothing is worth me losing my freedom. Anyway, people, take good care. There's a chainsaw started up, he's cutting a tree down. So, over and out!